Welcome back, LBCC volleyball fans. Just about to get underway here with brand new equipment. If you couldn't tell by the look on the screen, we have a brand new system here, and we're trying to figure everything out here as we go along. But thank you to Mark Majeski, the athletic director here at Linn-Benton Community College, for helping us get this equipment and get underway with a scoreboard that will be embedded, with a clock that will be embedded. So a lot of fun stuff added to this equipment that we have here today. And again, we thank the athletic department at Linn-Benton Community College for figuring this all out for us, and especially to Mark Majeski for taking the time to figure out how this equipment works. But about to get underway here, the Roadrunners, Lady Roadrunners here at the NWAC Southern Division matchup, the Mount Hood Community College Saints visiting the Linn-Benton Community College Roadrunners. Just about national anthem time here. The Saints visiting with a record of 11-5 overall, 2-1 in conference. They're 4-2 away, and they lost their last game. The Roadrunners 8-7 in conference, or overall, 2-1 in conference, 1-0 at home. Again, this is their second home game of the season, and they also lost their last game, which was away. We'll introduce the teams after the national anthem. First, we will introduce the away team, the Mount Hood Community College Saints, brought by head coach Jeremy Vandenboer, assistant coaches Adam Child, Bertie Wormy, and David Brown. Here today again with a record of 11-5 overall, 2-1 in conference. Starting at guard, sophomore at 5'4" from Bicknell, Utah, Cassidy Elliott. Number 4, sophomore guard from Gresham, Oregon, Madison Allen. Number 23, sophomore forward from Bicknell, Utah, Courtney Jackson. Number 24, sophomore forward from South Jordan, Utah, Adelina Pritchard. And number 25, sophomore center from Syracuse, Utah, Rachel Watson. The starting 5 for the Mount Hood Community College Saints. And now the Roadrunners, with a record of 8-7 overall, 2-1 in conference. The sophomore guard from Clackamas, number 2, Maddie Oakton. Sophomore guard number 3 from Drain, Oregon, Callie Freeze. The freshman guard from Forest Grove, number 5, Emily Hewson. The freshman forward from Woodburn, Oregon, number 33, Hannah Kinneberg. And the sophomore center from Vernonia, Oregon, number 45, Megan Ely. Again, head coach Jared Gibson here in his first year, with assistant coaches Robin Andrea and Macy Hornis. the tip, and we are underway. Just trying to figure out the scoreboard here, and there we are. The scoreboard is up on the screen now. Mount Hood Community College defense coming out strong. They get the ball on the turnover. Basket no good, but they get their own offensive rebound. Mount Hood strikes first. It's number 23, Courtney Jackson. Jackson putting her team on the board. It's 2-0. Mount Hood. We'll get that on the scoreboard here momentarily. Here at the beginning of the first quarter. Again, we thank you all for tuning in, as a foul will be called on Mount Hood, on Madison Allen. First team foul in her first personal as well, as Callie Freeze looked like she had dribbled off her foot, but a foul called instead. Now the pass to Freeze, to Oakton, to Kinneberg in the paint, back out to Oakton. Up top to Freeze and across to Houston. And the ball is ripped away by Madison Allen, who also was part of that first turnover as this game first started. I believe a travel called, however. It's still 2-0 Mount Hood. Freeze for three. It rattles out. Rebound, Watson. Thank you. It's Cassidy Ellett carrying the point for her team. She calls the plays from near the half-court line before passing it off. Jackson shot no good. Batted around underneath the hoop before it's kicked out to Madison Allen. She misses it all. And still 2-0 Mount Hood. And now the scoreboard is up, so I don't need to say the score as much. Really a treat here to have that as well as the time. Freeze shoots, and it looked like she was tipped. Ball that got nowhere near the hoop. Definitely somebody got a hand on it. A bounce pass down low. Cassidy Elliott gets it to Rachel Watson, who goes up and puts it in for two. And Mount Hood leads 4-0. Just getting underway here in the first quarter. Again, a doubleheader of sorts here today, as it will usually be, with the women playing before the men. And again, the women's game starting here at 2 o'clock local time in Albany, Oregon. And the men's game to commence at 4. Again, we thank you all for joining us and bearing with us. We have new equipment here, so learning how to use the scoreboard and the software and hardware as well, but very grateful to have this new stuff, and hopefully makes your viewing experience better and makes my job a little bit easier. And after the timeout, which was called by Jared Gibson for the Roadrunners inbound. And it's Houston that passes all the way across to Freeze to Oakton down low. Her shot attempt is blocked. Cassidy Ellett, again, the point guard for Mount Hood at this point. Tasha Beckett, freshman from Pleasant Grove, Utah, into the game. Allen kicks it out to Alana Pritchard. Her shot no good. Mount Hood there following the rebound, and that's the third time that Mount Hood has gotten the ball back underneath their own basket. This time it's Courtney Jackson for two. Mount Hood leads 6-0. The Roadrunners getting on the board here, cutting the lead in half with a three-pointer. It's Hannah Kinneberg with the score. 6-3 now, Roadrunners. Make that 8-3. Another basket for Mount Hood. And the Roadrunners strike back again. It was Rachel Watson scoring for the Saints. And Linn-Benton came right back. Again, it was Kinneberg, or pardon me, this time it was Megan Ely with the score. 8-5 now. The Roadrunners leading, or pardon me, the Saints leading by just 3 points here as we are underway in the first quarter. Kinneberg inbounds to Houston. A long pass ahead to Freeze, and just like that, the Roadrunners are within 1. The Roadrunners come away with the rebound this time. But this tight defense by Mount Hood causes the ball to be stripped away once more. However, a foul is called. This time on the Roadrunners, the first team foul and first personal as well for Callie Freeze. A couple new players into the game. For Mount Hood, number 14, freshman guard from Ridgecrest, Utah, Hunter Bosk. And number 34, freshman center from Pleasant Grove, Tasha Beckett. Maddie Oakton from the three-point line, no good. Bosk brings the ball up the court all the way into the paint. She shoots, making it 10-7 Saints. Also into the game now, Caitlin Beovich-Ferris for the Roadrunners, a sophomore from Gresham High School at number 13. Courtney Jackson brings the ball up the court and hands it off to to Madison Allen. Allison for 2. Or Allen for 2, pardon me. Trying to run the scoreboard here is proving to be a little bit more difficult, but we'll make it work. A lot of passes up top. Oakton's shot is tipped by Tasha Beckett. Beckett at 6'1", using her height in the key there. However, a foul is called. Adelina Pritchard called for the foul. The second team foul, her first personal. Oakton's first free throw doesn't go. Again, the Roadrunners and the Saints both coming off of a loss in the midweek game. Looking to change that here. The Roadrunners 2-1 in conference, as are the Saints. Oakton gets one of the free throws, and Mount Hood comes right back and puts up another field goal, 14-18 with 3 minutes left in the first quarter. Freeze with the rebound. A jump ball called. Possession, Mount Hood. Allen dribbles in before kicking it back out to Bosk. Bosk misses. Rebound Ferris. She gets it to Houston, who dribbles up the court before passing it off to Ashley Collins, sophomore guard from Forest Grove. Kinneberg to Houston up top. Freeze is trapped by two different Mount Hood players. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Collins dribbles in and shoots. Rebound Beckett. Beckett able to spin around quite a bit and rip the ball away. The Saints still leading here with Allen cutting to the side of the key before passing it back out. Also into the game now, Emily Weber, freshman from Stansbury Park, Utah. Freshman forward at 6'1". 5 seconds on the shot clock. And a foul is called on Mount Hood. The third team foul. And the first personal on Tasha Beckett. Into the game for the Roadrunners, the freshman guard from Mill City, Kelsey Clark. Oakton back to Ferris. Oakton dribbles once and picks the ball up at the half-court line before passing it off to Clark. Clark and Oakton from up top. Good defense here in the zone from Mount Hood. The shot clock winding down every time. Here it's at 5. Collins picks up her dribble with 1 second on the shot clock. Oakton got the shot off, and the three was no good. 1 minute remaining in the first quarter. Ellett throws up a shot. Rebound Mount Hood's Courtney Jackson. Cassidy Ellett calls a play. Emily Weber passes it off to Beckett. Beckett's pass to Kellett, deflected by Maddie Oakton. Ellett dribbles out of bounds. The Roadrunners will get the ball on this sideline. Oakton trying to slow things down a bit from the top of the key with 21 seconds left in the first quarter. Kinneberg's pass is deflected. Beckett, one power dribble before going up. She misses, gets her own rebound, and puts it right back up for 2. At the end of the first quarter, the Saints of Mount Hood have the Roadrunners doubled up. Just as a heads up, the timeouts, we're not running those quite yet. We're not using the timeouts underneath the score quite yet, but we will do that at some point once we figure out all this new software, like I said, brand new software in today that we're getting used to using. As of right now, heading into the second period, Mount Hood is shooting 50%. They're 7 of 14 field goals. And Linn-Benton 3 of 8. That's 37.5%. Courtney Jackson leads Mount Hood with 6 points, and Hannah Kinneberg leads the Roadrunners with 3. Underway in the second half. Second quarter, I should say. Three in the key called. And the Saints get the ball underneath their own hoop. Bree Rosales, a freshman from Henderson, Nevada, shoots and doesn't get it. But the rebound was put back up by Emily Weber. That time, the Roadrunners able to come away with the rebound. Houston passes to Collins. Collins to Clark, who dribbles in. And on the lay-in attempt, throws it a little bit low. It goes underneath the backboard. It bounces straight down. Beckett retrieves it and passes it forward to Cassidy Ellett. A bit of a wild pass attempt goes out of bounds. Tipped by a Roadrunner. It'll be the Saints' ball underneath the basket. No one has scored yet since this second period started. Oakton's pass, a long one. And right there to break it up is Bree Rosales. Houston to Oakton up top. A double screen set. Collins kicks it back out for 3. Houston no good. Oakton for the rebound. Her shot is blocked by Beckett. Again, Tasha Beckett at 6'1", a powerful presence under the hoop. Three points for Hunter Bosky, the freshman from Sherman E. Burroughs High School in Ridgecrest, California. It's 19-8. Timeout called. LBCC. Two minutes into the second quarter. Mount Hood 19, Linn-Benton 8. A hook pass out to Collins. The 3 is no good. Beckett, again, taller than Kelsey Clark, reaches up with 2 hands and brings down the rebound, gets it ahead to Cassidy Ellett. Ellett into Emily Weber. No good. Rebound Roadrunners. Oakton brings it up the court. Houston from the top of the arch. Out to Ferris, who misses the 3. Ellett, a high pass to Emily Weber. It looked like she was looking for Beckett under the hoop. And here Oakton has the ball stripped away from her. by Madison Allen. And then Allen attempts to throw it back into one of her teammates, throws it right to Collins, who dribbles into the paint and misses the layup. It's 19-8, 7 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Again, Weber goes up for the attack and misses. Rebound, Roadrunners. I think the Roadrunners were surprised by how well this Mount Hood team rebounds, gets offensive rebounds. They were sending girls under the hoop and coming down with their misses and going back up with them. The Roadrunners seem to be rebounding better now. With 5 seconds on the shot clock, Houston for three, doesn't get it. Rebound, Beckett. Ellett to Allen. Allen to Weber up top. Back to Ellett at the wing. Cross to Allen. And Rosales passes it across. A whistle is blown. Foul called on Emily Houston. The Roadrunners' first team foul and Houston's first personal. A long inbound pass from Jackson to Ellett. Allen dribbles behind her back for passing it off to Adelina Pritchard for three. 22-8 Saints. 5 minutes, 30 seconds left in the half. Houston to Oakton. Oakton attempts to pass and is fouled. Rachel Watson called on the foul. It's the first personal and first team foul. Oakton to inbound. Ely takes the inbound pass, gives it right back to Oakton. Freeze passes into Ely in the paint. For three, Claire Hammond. No good. Hammond, a freshman from Crane Union High School in Crane, Oregon. 5 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Eight seconds on the shot clock. Jackson from near the free throw line falls to the ground and a travel is called. LBCC getting the ball underneath their own hoop. Oakton picks the ball up before the half-court line. Passes it across to Kinneberg, back to Oakton, back to Kinneberg, back to Oakton. Oakton dribbling in for the layup. It's blocked, but Ely is right underneath the hoop to pick it up. She passes it in, and it gets across to Kinneberg, who goes for three. It doesn't get it. Callie Freeze right there, however, for the rebound. As Madison Allen jumps in the way of a pass and steals the ball, hustles down for the lay-in. It's 24-8 on Madison Allen's breakaway steal. More tough defense here by Mount Hood. However, it was Courtney Jackson this time that jumped in the way of the pass and broke it up, but trips over herself a little bit, and the ball goes out of bounds. Roadrunner basketball. Houston dribbles down and hands it off to Callie Freeze for three. Doesn't get it. Roadrunner basketball, as it does just barely go off of Adelina Pritchard. Houston inbounds to Freeze. slash Kinneberg. Freeze comes away with it. Houston from up top picks up her dribble, looks for Freeze, who dribbles into the paint and shoots, no good. Freeze comes away with it in traffic. Kicks it back out to Houston for three. Emily Houston, the freshman from Forest Grove, putting the Roadrunners up 3 more points. It's 24-11 Mount Hood. And a bit of a wild shot here, an impressive shot by Courtney Jackson, who was guarded heavily able to kind of lean back on the lay-in, making it 26-11. 3 minutes remaining in the first half. And another steal for Cassidy Allen. This girl's defense has been really impressive here tonight already in this first half. Or pardon me, Madison Allen, I should say. It's Cassidy Ellett. Madison Allen to inbound. She quickly gets it to Courtney Jackson, who gets 3 more for the Saints. 29-11. A couple of long passes. Then Callie Freeze goes in on the dribble. A foul is called. Courtney Jackson picks up her first personal. It's the Saints' second team foul. Inbound to Ely. Houston's shot is no good. Hunter Bosky is right there for the rebound. She passes it off to Jackson, who will go to the line for a chance for an and one. It's 31-11. Emily Houston called on the foul, her second personal, and the second team foul as well. Again, it's Courtney Jackson, sophomore from Bicknell, Utah, Wayne High School at the line. She gets the free throw, making it 32-11. A couple quick passes here, and it's Megan Ely for 2. Just under 2 minutes to play in this first half. Allen dribbles behind her back, kicks it out to Jackson. Jackson, aggressive dribble into the paint. This time the shot's no good, but she is fouled once more. It's the third team foul for the Roadrunners. And Megan Ely's first personal. Courtney Jackson at the line again. Free throw is good. And she makes them both. 34-13, Mount Hood up on the Roadrunners here at home. Kinneberg inbounds to Houston. Houston double teamed on the full court press. 1 minute, 34 seconds left in the second quarter. Houston's Houston's shot deflected and a foul called. As a new regime moves in for the Saints. Several new girls into the game for the first time here at the end of the second quarter. Five seconds on the shot clock. Another pass. And this time the pass is stolen away by a new player into the game, J.C. Jensen, freshman from Morgan, Utah, Morgan High School. Also new into the game, coming in and showing some feistiness, rushing into the basket, and getting fouled. Going to the line is Melanie Johnson, a freshman from Bozeman, Montana, at the line. The fourth team foul and second personal foul called on Megan Ely. Johnson misses the first one. And she gets the second one. It's 35-13, 1 minute left in the second quarter. Oakton, some fancy footwork and a beautiful layup. 35-15. Johnson passes it off to Jensen. Pass is broken up by Ely. Oakton dribbles it down, passes off to Collins. Collins from in the key, no good. Kinneberg out to Houston. Houston's fouled on the three-point attempt. She'll go to the line and shoot three with 15 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Emily Houston, freshman from Forest Grove, at the line. The third team foul and first personal on Melanie Johnson. Houston gets the first one and not the second one, so I guess it was inside the line that she was fouled with 10 seconds on the clock. The ball gets wedged between the hoop and the backboard on Kinneberg's shot. And not often that you see this, but somebody from the Linn-Benton bench getting a ball so that a referee can attempt to dislodge the main ball, and he does on the first try. With 7.5 seconds remaining, the three-point attempt by Hannah Kinneberg was no good, obviously, as it was lodged in between the hoop and the backboard. Here with 3 seconds left, Johnson. A wild shot and a foul called as the buzzer goes off. Melanie Johnson at the line. And a good piece of basketball there for Johnson. Whether or not she was pushed that hard to fall to the ground and both her legs kicked out from underneath her is up in the air, but a good piece of basketball that many players learn from the greats, like LeBron James and James Harden. And here Melanie Johnson at the line with resetting the game clock, it looks like, to 2 seconds. Shooting two. Johnson, the freshman from Bozeman, Montana. First one rattles in and out. And the foul was called on Oakton, her first personal. The second one is good. 36-16 the score as we go to halftime. Mount Hood Community College up on the Roadrunners. We'll be back here at the end of halftime. which is 15 minutes from now. We are underway in the third quarter, just getting started here. The LBCC women's team taking on the Mount Hood Community College Saints women's team. Maddie Oakton strikes first. A 3 for the Roadrunners, down 36-19. Here at the beginning of this third quarter, but the aggressiveness from Maddie Oakton, undoubtedly her coach, Jared Gibson, likes to see. As the Saints miss their first shot, the rebound brought down by Hannah Kinneberg. Another good sign here for LBCC heading into the second half. Kinneberg to Freeze for 3. Doesn't get it. Freeze right there to get her own rebound. She bats it back again. This time, however, it's Courtney Jackson. Passes the ball forward. And Madison Allen for 2. Hewson and Freeze back and forth. Up top, Kinneberg from the free throw line passes it back out to Oakton, who dribbles in. Her shot deflected by Rachel Watson, the 6'2" sophomore from Clearfield High School in Syracuse, Utah. Madison Allen misses it all. But right there is Rachel Watson to keep the ball from going out of bounds. She gets it to Adelina Pritchard for 2. It's 40-19. Saints, first team foul called here. This one on Rachel Watson. Her second personal foul. Callie Freeze at the line. She scores, cutting the lead into half. It's 40-20 now. The Saints doubling up the Roadrunners here, heading into this second half. Freeze gets them both. Jackson passes back to Pritchard. Pritchard from 3, no good. Beckett's shot attempt blocked. She dives after the ball, and the Roadrunners end up coming away with it after a bit of a skirmish there on the court. Freeze to Kinneberg, back to Freeze, who's double teamed in the corner. Bounce pass down low, attempted for Megan Ely. Jackson strips it away and passes it forward to Allen. She kicks it back out. Jackson for 3, no good, but Jackson there gets the rebound after a bounce. Ellett dribbles in. Passes it back out to Jackson. Good defense here by the Roadrunners. Pritchard misses the layup. And Megan Ely kicks it forward. I guess knocks it forward into the hands of Callie Freeze. A foul called on Adelina Pritchard. Her second personal and the second team foul. Long pass from Houston to Collins. Oakton. Pass deflected, or pardon me, shot blocked, I should say. Allen dribbles down the court. Passes it out to the wing. Jackson shot no good. Beckett there, however, grabs it, power dribbles, passes it back to Allen. Allen's shot isn't in, and Emily Houston gets the rebound. Ashley Collins for 3. making it 40-24. 5 minutes and 45 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Courtney Jackson dribbles down low. Her shot is deflected by Maddie Oakton, but she gets her own rebound. With 4 seconds on the shot clock. I believe it was, Cassidy Ellett. Cassidy Ellett for 3. And Ashley Collins comes right back for the Roadrunners and scores 2. Cassidy Ellett's handoff pass to Madison Allen called for a travel. Roadrunners need to take advantage of this turnover here. Collins dribbling into the paint, passes it out to Emily Hewson. Oakton Euro steps into the key. Someone on the bench for Mount Hood yelled travel, but no travel called. The shot was no good, and neither is this one for Mount Hood. 43-26. Mount Hood leading Linn-Benton. Kinneberg's three-point attempt doesn't go. Hewson dribbles it back out, passes it to Collins. Collins goes up for the layup, doesn't get it. Tasha Beckett with the rebound. Oakton getting the rebound, taking it to the hoop herself. She's fouled and gets the field goal. Oakton going to the line here for the and one attempt. The foul called on Tasha Beckett. Her second personal, the third team foul. Oakton will be at the line after this timeout. Again, coming into today's game, the Roadrunners with a record of 8-7, 2-1 in conference. They're 1-0 at home and lost their midweek game earlier this week. Mount Hood Community College Saints 11-5 overall, 2-1 in conference as well. They're 4-2 away, and they also lost their midweek game. In the NWAC Southern Division standings, Lane sits atop the women's team at 3-0 in conference, 15-1 overall. Clackamas then at 2-0, 6-5 overall, and then Mount Hood and Linn-Benton both at 2-1 in conference. Lane will be here on January 23rd. That's the next home game for both the men and women's teams, taking on a nearly undefeated Lane on January 23rd at 5:30 p.m. for the women, 7:30 for the men's. Oakton made her made her free throw. The Roadrunners get the rebound here. And it's Kaylee Brown, a freshman from Mount Angel, Oregon, Kennedy High School, for 2 coming into the game here. Brown again securing the ball here underneath the hoop. 3 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Collins dribbles past the end line and is fouled. Non-shooting foul. Mount Hood called on Emily Weber, her first personal, the 4th Mount Hood foul. Mount Hood has only scored 3 points since coming into this third quarter. The Roadrunners, on the other hand, on quite a big run here. Jump ball is called. Mount Hood will get the ball underneath the basket on the Linn-Benton baseline. It was 40-16 at the half. Now 43-31. The Roadrunners coming out aggressive after halftime pep talk by head coach Jared Gibson here in his first year at Linn-Benton. Hunter Bosk's three-point is good. 46-31. The Saints leading the Roadrunners. The Saints getting the ball back here. Out of bounds on the pass from Oakton to Kinneberg. Bosk to Allen. Another three-pointer. This time it's Bree Rosales. Back-to-back three-pointers for Mount Hood. And just when the Roadrunners felt like they were coming back, 2 three-pointers makes the run that the Roadrunners were on a little bit difficult. Another foul called, this time the 5th team foul and the 2nd personal on Maddie Allen. Maddie Oakton at the line shooting 2. Oakton gets the first one. As Cassidy Ellett, sophomore from Bicknell, Utah, comes into the game for Mount Hood. Oakton gets both free throws. 49-33. Pritchard to Rosales. Bosk back to Pritchard in the paint for 2. A long bounce pass to Brown. Back up top to Oakton. Oakton to Collins. Collins to Ferris. To Jonna Lane. Down low, she misses. Rebound, Mount Hood. Lane into the game. Number 34, 6'3", sophomore from Drain, Oregon. North Douglas High School. Just under a minute to play here in the third quarter. Whistle is blown and a kick called on Emily Hewson. Rosales to inbound. A long pass stripped away by Brown. Brown lays it up, no good. Right there for the rebound to put it back up is Hewson. She misses as well, but she is fouled. She'll go to the line. 3rd personal foul on Rachel Watson. The tall Rachel Watson, 6'2" from Syracuse, Utah. Hewson's free throw is good. She'll have one more. She makes them both. 51-35. Rosales' pass is tipped and goes out of bounds, called on the Roadrunners. Pritchard for 2. And I believe it goes out of bounds. It was out of my line of sight behind a wall here. Saints ball with 15 seconds left. And it did go out of bounds off of Emily Hewson. 9 seconds left. The shot by Bosk, no good. Brown with 2 seconds needs to shoot right now. And she hits the backboard from the half-court line. At the end of the third quarter, it's Saints 53, Roadrunners 35. Heading into this fourth and final period. We'll take a look at some of the shooting stats for both teams. And just a reminder, the men's game will commence at 4 o'clock. Mount Hood shooting 42%, 21 of 50. The Roadrunners shooting 25%, 11 of 44. In three-point attempts, Mount Hood 6 of 14, that's 42.9%. And the Roadrunners 4 of 18, 22.2%. Free throws, however, Mount Hood 5 of 7, 71.4%. And the Roadrunners 9 of 12, 75%. Mount Hood forced 6 turnovers. The Roadrunners have forced 3. Courtney Jackson leads the Saints with 16 points. Maddie Oakton leads the Roadrunners with 11. The fourth quarter is underway. Ferris across to Hewson for 3. No good. Hunter Bosk picks up her dribble, passes forward, and gets it into who I believe is a new player. Number 30, Abby Weber, a freshman from Stansbury Park, Utah. Thule High School. A foul is called, and rightfully so. Adelina Pritchard doesn't like the call, but the hand was clean. It was the body bump. The third personal for Adelina Pritchard. Kelsey Clark shooting 2 for LB. Pritchard to Ellett to Bosk. Ellett to Pritchard, 8 seconds on the shot clock. Good pressure by the Roadrunners. Pritchard from just outside the key. A foul is called. Pritchard will go to the line. It'll be the Roadrunners' first team foul. And the second personal for Emily Hewson. Adelina Pritchard misses the first one. The second one is good. Foul is called as Kelsey Clark falls forward. Second team foul for the Saints. First personal on Hunter Bosk. Bounce pass to Houston from Oakton. Clark from the corner dribbles in, sidesteps, and misses. Cassidy Ellett running the point. Hunter Bosk into Adelina Pritchard. A high looping layup attempt doesn't go. Pritchard right there rips her own rebound away from the 3 Roadrunners that were under the hoop and goes back up with it. Quick pass attempts here from Oakton to Ferris to Collins. Clark in the corner, bounce pass to Ferris, out to Houston. The 3 is no good. (58-36). Abby Weber underneath her own basket, fighting for the rebound with 2 LB players. It ends up being Mount Hood basketball underneath their basket. Rosales inbounds quickly, the shot off from Bosk. Kinneberg comes down, gets it back to Houston. Houston ahead to Freeze, bounce pass down low to Lane for 2. John O'Lane, sophomore from Drain. With just about 7 minutes left in the game. 58-38. The Saints up by 20, or should I say 23. A 3-point shot for Cassidy Ellett. 61-38. Bosk passes it in to Emily Weber. Shot no good. Rebound Roadrunners. Freeze to Oakton. 13 seconds on the shot clock. Oakton's layup doesn't go, but she is fouled. It'll be the 3rd team foul. Abby Weber, her first personal 3rd team foul. And I'm guessing twin sisters here, Abby Weber and Emily Weber for Mount Hood, both freshmen, both from Thule High School in Stansbury Park, Utah. Oakton gets them both. 61-40. Bosk to Rosales for 3. 64-40. Kinneberg to Oakton. Brown shoots beneath the hoop. Shot blocked by Callie Freeze. John O'Lane right there to grab the ball. Gets it to her point guard, Oakton. Oakton up to Brown. Freeze from up top. Back to Brown at the wing. Bounce pass to Lane. Lane falls but keeps herself from going to her knees. No travel is called. Instead, a kick ball called on Mount Hood. 5 minutes, 22 seconds remaining. Oakton inbounds to Lane, gets the ball right back. On her shot attempt, she's fouled. She'll shoot 2. 4th team foul And the first personal on Bri Rosales. Maddie Oakton, 5'7" sophomore guard from Clackamas High School. Timeout called. 64-41. As Oakton gets that free throw. Again, the men's game coming up at 4 o'clock, just 40 minutes away from the men's game. And we appreciate you all tuning in, as always, to LBCC Athletics. Again, Lydia Parker here on the call with our brand new equipment. And again, thanks to the athletic department and athletic director Mark Majeski for helping all of this happen with our new software that we're getting to work out for the first time today. And hopefully you guys all like it, and I'm glad to have that scoreboard in front of you with the time as well. Oakton's second free throw is good, 64-42. Rosales spins and dribbles. Passes to Allen. To Weber down low, and this time a travel is called as Weber falls to her behind. The whistle is blown on the travel, and Kinneberg will inbound for the Roadrunners. Houston and Kinneberg playing catch before coming past the half-court line. It's Emily Weber who steals the ball away and goes up for the layup. Weber also fouled on the play. 66-42 and 1 for Weber. Emily Houston's third personal, the second team foul. Weber doesn't get the free throw. Maddie Oakton up top to Kinneberg. Houston doesn't dribble, passes it off to Freeze instead. Again, back to Houston, back to Freeze. Freeze dribbles twice to Kinneberg with 5 seconds on the shot clock. It's John Lane for 2. Madison Allen at point guard. Bri Rosales from up top, across to Hunter Bosk. Rosales for 3. 69-44. 4 minutes to play in the game for the women's team. LBCC in their second home game of the season here today versus Mount Hood. Only the fourth conference game. With 10 seconds on the shot clock, Rosales to Bosk. Houston gets a hand into the pass, knocks it into the hands of Oakton, who goes for the layup. 69-46. Mount Hood with a steady lead over the Roadrunners this entire game. Bosk waits for Freeze to jump out of the way. Her shot no good. However, the tall Rachel Watson there to get the ball back for her team. 2 minutes and 38 seconds remaining. Allen inbounds. Pritchard dribbles once, picks it up, hands it off to Bosk. Bosk passes it forward to Allen. Allen to Bosk to Pritchard. Up top, a bounce pass into the hands of Emily Hewson. Hewson misses. And a foul is called underneath the basket as Pritchard frees and Jackson all ended up on the ground in a scrum for the ball. The second personal for Courtney Jackson. Callie Freeze, the sophomore from North Douglas High School out of Drain, Oregon, at the line, shooting 2. She makes them both. 69-48. The Roadrunners played with much more life here in this second half. Still trailing by quite a bit, but nothing like the first half. Seems like whatever was said at halftime really lit a spark and encouraged these Lady Roadrunners. 69-48 the score currently with 2 minutes remaining. Courtney Jackson to inbound for the Saints. Foul is called this time on the Roadrunners. The third team foul. Megan Ely's third personal. Adelina Pritchard at the line. Pritchard gets the first one. Hammond misses the shot. Timeout called, or a travel called. Timeout music plays, however, no timeout happens. Just a couple substitutes come in. 1 minute, 39 seconds remaining in the game. 71-48. Mount Hood on top of the Linn-Benton Roadrunners. Four seconds on the shot clock. Emily Weber shoots and doesn't get the rim, but the Roadrunners come away with the basketball anyways. 1 minute remaining. Claire Hammond dribbles to the hoop. Misses the layup. The ball is flung out of bounds. It'll be Roadrunner basketball from near their own bench. Hammond gets her own rebound, but trips on Hewson. Jump ball called. Mount Hood basketball. (71-48). 42 seconds remaining. Melanie Johnson at point guard now for Mount Hood. Emily Weber dribbles out of bounds. Roadrunner basketball. Hannah Kinneberg to inbound. She gets it to Emily Hewson, who brings the ball past the half-court line, passes it off ahead to Hammond. Hammond passes from near the free throw line to Kinneberg. into the corner to Molly Hendricks into the game for the Roadrunners. And a travel called on Claire Hammond. 17 seconds remaining. And it's Claire Hammond, or pardon me, Molly Hendricks, freshman from West Albany High School. Native from right here in Albany. Into the game for the Roadrunners here as time expires. Larissa Kohlbach, freshman from Gauting, Germany, shoots the last shot attempt there for Mount Hood. And the final remains 71-48. And we will stop this broadcast here as the Roadrunners fall to 8-8 overall, 2-2 in conference. Mount Hood Community College improves to 12-5 overall, 2-2 in conference. We'll be back here at 4 o'clock for the men's game, and for the next women's game, we'll be back on January 23rd at 5:30 p.m. Until then, so long, everybody.